Hey guys, well, today is not a day to celebrate because you see the charts are all in the reds, everything is dumping, Bitcoin is dumping, ETH is dumping, altcoins are dumping. It doesn't look really good, but that is not a reason to feel down because there might be some light at the end of the tunnel. I'm gonna talk about that in this video, but at first let's look at the stats. We have the fear and greed almost reaching fear again. This might be a good buying opportunity soon, and altcoin season is going further and further away. So we see the Bitcoin price is $109,700 and Ethereum slowly crawling back up now. And all the rest, we're gonna look at 24 hours. We have meme coins being down 10%. And we also have other projects being down about 10%-ish. That doesn't look really good. But we have reasons for that. We're gonna go into the chart before we go on X. If we follow the pattern of the Elliott wave analysis, we see that wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, this might be an indicator for a top because right now we are dropping below that pretty significantly. But we have other people talking about this only be a wick down to the bull market support band and then we go up after September. But let's look into the posts. Have you bought the dip with us yet? Of course, if you have money left, this might be a good buying opportunity. But of course, it might be drop a little bit lower. Some people say it won't drop below 110,000, but it already did. Whoops, where is it? There, it already dipped below 110,000. But whatever it is, keep some cash at the side because this might get even worse. Right, nah, this doesn't look good. 0 of 30 market cycle top indicators have fired. So we have a hold percentage of 100% and sell percentage of 0%. If you don't know what this is, we have the pull multiple indicator, the pi cycle top indicator, we have the altcoin cycle indicator, the Bitcoin top dominance indicator, and about 26 more, and all these indicators haven't hit yet. And once we hit them, usually from a historical point of view, then we reach the Bitcoin top, and 0 of them have already hit. So maybe if we believe this guy, the top is not in. We go further. Time to get a second job. 543, I don't need a job. MicroStrategy is going to 10,000. Would you like some fries with that? Because the MicroStrategy stock was dropping really significantly. So even if Bitcoin took a little hit, MicroStrategy took a large hit. Is that a problem? I don't really think so, because Michael Saylor gets liquidated at a Bitcoin price of about 40,000, 30,000, and I don't really think we will hit that in the coming weeks or even months or even years or even ever. So even if the stock falls, that's not really good for Michael Saylor because he can buy more Bitcoin because usually he needs his stock price to rise, so he can use that as a collateral to buy more Bitcoin, and this doesn't look good right there, but we will get back on track, I guess. Rate cuts confirmed in September. Ethereum will pump, BTC will pump, altcoins go parabolic, do not get shaken out now. So this is another bullish post. We have about 83%, I think that was the number, 83% chance of rate cuts in September. It doesn't really make sense because unemployment is still really low, inflation is still really high, and the only one who really wants the rates to be cut is Donald Trump because he has to refinance the astronomical debt of 37 trillion, and for that he needs lower interest rates. And if that happens, we're gonna find out, we're gonna see in September. We have the Fed, the FOMC meeting, and then we will see if the rates get cut. Some even speculate on a 1% or a 0.5% interest rate drop. If 1% hits, this is absolutely possible. We're gonna see. They were wrong again. Bitcoin. Email won't work, 1994. The internet won't work. The news stations, 1999. Netflix won't work. The guy at Blockbuster. Bitcoin won't work. Banks in 2025. So you see a pattern here. Technology is always advancing. And when there is a new technology that makes some other old business go out of business, you saw that with cars. What did the people on the horses say? What did the settlers say? What did the smiths say that made the, I don't know the English word, horseshoes? It's horseshoes. Who made the horseshoes? Of course they say that new technology is shit. And now you have people, of course the bankers say Bitcoin won't work because it makes them go out of business. Go to the next post. So much for 175k the cycle. It was wrong. The cycle is over. Time to sell all my BTC. There's a bearish post, and those flash up more and more and more. More and more people think that this cycle is over. So if that plays out, we're gonna see Bitcoin go from here about here. So we can get until 2026 the bear market low to about 50 to 60,000. If that happens now, well, bad luck, but that might be a good point to reinvest into Bitcoin because the next cycle is just knocking at the door. Only 2.3 million Bitcoin remain to be mined before the 21 million cap is hit. For those who don't know, we only have 21 million Bitcoin and about 10% are left to be mined. So all the Bitcoin are pretty much already there and they only swap from one owner to another. And if people stop selling, the price can only go up. So that's why we always say hodl, 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 hodl. Next one, Bitcoin, bullish megaphone pattern. Another guy who says we have the price go there, we go there, we go there, and then we overshoot it, get a correction here again, a confirmation of the pattern, and then go to the upside. Might play out. He already posted the picture book pattern, and maybe this plays out. We don't know. Sorry, I'm having a bit of a cold. If you find that annoying, I'm sorry for that, but I'm gonna finish this video. Every single time, Bitcoin. I'm an idiot, why didn't I buy 124? I'm not buying the shit 110k. You're gonna find a lot of people thinking that way. They have now a chance to get in. 110k might be not the best price because in about a year we might have even lower prices, but this might be a good chance to buy the dip, to get the last run up and get the profits from there. Breaking. BlackRock is dumping hundreds of millions of Bitcoin and ETH also. And some sell Bitcoin to buy ETH. But everyone right now is pretty much selling. Again, it's not BlackRock, it's the ETF holders that are selling. But this is not good. People are selling and less people are buying. There's some fear in the markets. But once we get confirmation that the rates are getting cut, I guess we're going to go up again. Benjamin Cohen also said that we are going down in September, and after that we're going to see the final leg up of the bull run. What would you advise him? I just bought Bitcoin for the first time and it tanked. Guys, if that happens to you, you might not be strong enough for this market. If you have thoughts like that, oh my god, I just bought and it keeps tanking. That is almost every time the case. You buy that for the long term. Buy Bitcoin, hold, and then just wait it out. And when 4 years have passed, you're always in profit. You're always in profit after 4 years. Isn't that great? And if you don't have 4 years left to live, well, that's bad. That's really bad, but what are you doing here then? You gotta have some other things to do. Bitwise predicts Bitcoin could reach nearly 3 million by 2035. So another bullish post, 3 million by 35, that's in 10 years. Base case, 1.3 million, that's hyper bullish. I don't know what they think. I don't know what they have planned, how they read the charts. It might happen, but we don't know. Let's do some more. Bears are calling the cycle over and are claiming we're going back to 80,000 Bitcoin. Bulls are expecting a wild on bounce to 150k. And that's exactly the point, guys. We don't know. The bull market might already be over. We had no alt season this time because all the institutional investors only got their money into Bitcoin. And this is the institutional cycle. So maybe it's only Bitcoin this time. And once this cycle is over, maybe all the institutional investors will discover altcoins, and by 4 years, when we meet again, there might be a really, really disgusting altcoin cycle. When all the big altcoins have their own ETFs, that might be really cool. This is a German post. The majority of the Germans say tax the rich. If you still think tax the rich is the way to go, you should read this. That should not have happened. I just wrecked my whole desk. Nice. All right. I think I'm gonna tidy this up and I'm gonna wrap this video up. Shit. See you in the next one. Bye.